Have you ever wanted more pleasure in your life? Still in the right space. Hey, it's Rachel, and I've been doing this series all year long. We're talking about ways to incorporate pleasure into your everyday life for yourself and in a relationship. So all month long, this month, we're talking about actual content that I usually am, not necessarily about product, we're talking about content, right? And the conversation I want to talk about today is the differences between a penis-bodied owner and a vulva-bodied owner, and then remembering, by the way, that there's everything in between. So when you have a partner who owns a penis, it is a proven fact that this is a statistic that has not changed in the decade that I've intimacy coached. That appendage only needs 10 seconds before it's fully aroused. And this is not a surprising statistic to most human beings. And usually when I'm in a room full of women, they'll giggle about that, because it's just like, oh, of course. It's almost like that's not shocking information. And it's not, true of every person, but it's an average. However, when we look at a vulva owner, that body is going to need 18 to 24 minutes of pleasurable foreplay. Okay. And it's not just physical, right? Like I've talked about previous videos where we could talk about emotional, mental, and spiritual connection, which is just as important for all humans, but especially women. So if we're checking those boxes prior, it's going to make the physical intimacy and foreplay easier, but it's going to also make it more excitable and pleasurable too. But we just need to make sure that we're checking all the boxes. So super, super important that we understand those differences in the bodies, right? And I like to take that one step further when I'm talking to clients, because the penis also has visual representation of said arousal. For the feminine, most of the arousal process is happening inside the body, so we don't have physical cues. Little tiny things can happen, like the flush in the cheeks, or even like change of breast color and size. Those are very minute changes, so you have to be not only very in tune with your body, but your partner has to recognize those too. So if we're not in that mindset, we just have to know. We have to know what's really going to work for us first, so then we can then tell a partner. And then we could potentially get it, okay? So this starts to make sense, because for a lot of women who start to associate sex as a chore, it's typically because they have not often had the proper amount of foreplay that they need to make sex more enjoyable and comfortable. Because during the arousal process of 18 to 24 minutes, this body is getting blood flow to all of its sensitive areas. The vagina literally opens to prepare for penetration, so that's why it's more enjoyable. But we don't have vaginal dryness if we have the proper amount of lubrication as well, which aids in the comfort of our experience. So I know it's difficult to understand, or even sometimes wrap our brains around the bodies being so different, but when we can really grasp hold of that and envelop this idea, we change the name of the game when it comes to pleasure for women. I'm just telling you, when we can really invest in that 18 to 24 minutes, giant win. That's all, W for everybody, okay? So make sure that we understand those differences, and also what kind of experience the penis partnered body is going to have once that partner has been preheated to the right temperature. Changes the game. Changes the game. Thanks so much for being here. I gotta go. We'll be back tomorrow with more stuff. I love you. Have a good day.